So I'm gonna go get Daniel. Let's
Yeah, let's see what Daniel has to say.
He hasn't partied with you for a while,
I
so
know he's probably like, "Where you been, lost soul? Where you been?"
yeah. You've been dodging me, man.
He was on the missing list.
That's right. We've sent flares out for you. Did you see them? Okay. Hmm. Well, don't let us interrupt by any means. You two, you just keep carrying on, right? You have great information you're sharing with everyone, so we're not here to interrupt, but we'll come in and play. We're excited to be here as always, and it's good to see you again.
Same here, Daniel. Same here. Good to talk to you. So, how have you been, and how are things, and what can you share for us today?
Well, we've been celebrating the holidays there in Arcturus and putting up our trees. And we love these traditions that you do in these old constructs. And one of the things that we found entertaining as we work with Tracie is that she keeps forgetting it's Christmas. And so she was scrambling a little bit this week trying to make sure she got everything for everyone, because she thought she had plenty of time, and then she looked at her calendar and realized that she only had 2 days to shop for everybody. So, and we say that because she likes to shop online, so we're talking about delivery dates. She doesn't want to go to the stores. Yeah. So anyways, we are doing magnificent. We are feeling a beautiful energy wave coming into your planet as people are in, we want to make sure, because not everybody will experience this the same way, but there is a good energy that is on the planet right now, and many are tapping into that energy, and they are experiencing, and that is what we are asking everyone to do. Just be in the experiences, be in the love, be in the joy. If you have been through your holiday seasons already, we know when this video comes out, the seasons may have the New Year and the Christmas. It may be past, and you may have already had all those interactions with your families. But what we want to say is to remember that everything is not what it seems, right? It look a little deeper into things when you have scuffles, or you have disagreements, or you get irritated, or you get grumpy, or whatever it is, or someone else is doing that and you're the one tolerating it. Just breathe and move forward, and remember to pick your battles, because you've got to remember why you are here. You got to remember that you are here for something so much bigger, and not to let the little things wear you down and bring you into this disgruntled place in this lower energy, because now you are attracting from that energy, and we want to keep you out of that. We want to keep you in those vibrations that are helping you to manifest those dreams and desires. And so just to be aware of where you are putting your time, where you are putting your thoughts, where you are putting your energy. And as you go into the new year, you are manifesting, you are creating, you are becoming part of this reality that you have been dreaming about all year 2022 as you dive into 2023. And your thoughts. If we could get nothing else across to you in this video, your thoughts are the most powerful thing you have. Yes.
Mind over matter.
Mind over matter, creation, words being spoken from thoughts that are being had. If you change the thought in your mind, the chemistry of your body changes. Scientifically, it has been proven that thought is instantaneous. If everyone can think about thought being instantaneous, you are realm jumpers. You are dimension jumpers. You close your eyes and you think about going to the moon, and now we want you to just picture yourself standing on the moon, being in your energy body, standing on the moon. Now we want you to go to the world of the dragons. Go to the world of the dragons in your mind, and you can go just as quick as you thought about it. Now your energy is there. Thought is instantaneous. And so when you can think about how quickly you can move your mind to something different to think about and create a whole reality around that in your mind and in your mind's eye, think about how quickly you are manifesting in this reality as well. Your thoughts are creating frequencies and vibrations. They are instant, instantaneous thought, certainty. Get into your space of certainty. Get into that place of creation where you desire something, you have certainty about it, you act on that with that certainty, and you'll create it. Be mindful, though, that you are putting thoughts in the place that you want them to be, from the heart, from the mind and the heart working together to create an outcome of desire, because you will create something from what you are doing, what you are saying, and the action steps you are taking. So that is our little speech on thought. It is instantaneous, so beware when you're creating, it's instant.
Perfect, perfect.
Yeah.
So for tonight's session, I would like to talk about a couple of things tonight. So the first one, since Tracie mentioned this crystalline city or this crystalline energy city, I wanted to know more information from your point of view of what you see. And then also for 2023 is coming up and around for us. What can you share for us for the year 2023 for us?
Beautiful questions. So the crystalline energy, the crystalline cities, we spoke of these before in other videos. There are other dimensions within your world, other dimensions. You're familiar with the fairy realms, and you are familiar with maybe the realms that hold the Bigfoot and all the things, and they can phase in and out. And so in these realms or in these dimensions, they are different vibration and frequency from your vibration and frequency. And as you shift into different frequencies, you come closer and closer to seeing the fairies, closer and closer to seeing the Bigfoot, closer and closer to seeing these alternate realities that are playing out with you. And the crystalline city, or we believe this is the energy and the frequency of the new earth that is coming in. It is merging with your reality. Will you be able to see it like a sparkling crystal glass city? No, it is buildings like your buildings. It is, well, we don't want to say that. It is structures. It is structures. They will be different than your structures. They will be more advanced than your structures, but they are buildings nonetheless. They are not made of glass. They are not made of crystal. It is the frequency of this dimension, is the crystalline frequency, the Christ-like frequency. And so when they were gathering, when they were gathering in Jupiter, Florida, they were holding, as Tracie showed everyone, the ring. They were holding the ring. They were holding the key. They were holding the intention and the portals to the city, bringing in an experience in this place that they had. And they had many experiences there, and some of them were not always the best. They had a neighbor that thought, I'm going to be very nosy and see what they're doing. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to mow my lawn along this fence line. I'm going to use the weed whacker. I'm going to get every noisy tool I could figure out to find. And I'm going to work right around the fence line that is near the house so I can see what they're doing. And he was very, very curious about everything all weekend long, up and down that fence line all weekend long. And
he was very determined to cut that grass.
He was very determined. He should have had himself dug a 10-foot hole by the time he was done with that, 50 feet long. He was digging, he was moving back and forth, and he was quite a character. And then he would complain about the cars, and then he was calling their little landlord and causing mischief with the group. And every time the group was like, okay, we'll change it. So the question was asked, why did we have this experience? Because they knew, as Tracie was saying, is this man is very much a part of this workshop. He is brought to us through spirits bringing him, the universe is bringing him to this fence line. So let's ask why are we experiencing this behavior from this person across the fence? And the answer that came through was You are all in boot camp. You are learning how to remain in 5D in a third dimensional reality. And so we're bringing every distraction we can find to put around you to see if you can hold and sustain the fifth dimension, even though chaos is going on around you. And they did. They all did it. And they sent horses and airplanes and loud trucks and neighbors running weird things, chainsaws and weed whackers and lawnmowers and air compressors. Anything you could think of, it probably happened. And they laughed and they played and they enjoyed each other and they were in the energy. And there were some groups, as they broke out outside into these little groups, there were some groups that didn't even notice the sounds at all, and other groups took those sounds and used them as something significant for a message that they were giving. And they were noticing the sounds, and so they applied it to the message, and it just brought in more meaning to the message, and so on and so on and so on. So not only were they staying and remaining in that fifth dimensional high vibrational laughter and joy, but they were also taking those distractions and they were using them in their favor to enhance the messages that they were given. And so as you are living in your world, as you are all participating in your world, remember that you have access to this crystalline energy. It sits in a dimension that is not too high above you. And there are these portals into these dimensions all over the world, all over the planet. And the more and more people that are waking up, the more bridges that are made into this dimension. Many of you identify as those who are the bridge keepers. You are opening these bridges and you are giving gateways into this energy for many. And that is what was happening there. And it's happening all over the world. Gateways into this fifth dimensional frequency. Now, part of getting to that fifth dimensional frequency is to do exactly what we talked about. How do you find your high vibrational love and joy and laughter, even when chaos is going on around you? And so if you find yourself among distracting noises and all the things and all the discomforts, maybe that's the challenge. Maybe somebody just said, I bet you $10 you can't stay happy if I make all this noise. Just imagine that happened. Okay, people like a good challenge. So if you are in a situation now or in the near future where you feel like you're being challenged like that, just imagine your buddy just slipped you $10 and said, I bet you $10 you can't find 5D in this mess. And then you go find it. And you figure out how to get into that energy, because as this planet starts to learn how to move beyond the chaos, move beyond the distractions, the noise, then you're going to be in that place. You're going to be in that energy. You're going to be in that joy, and you're going to be able to manifest and create. And every time you do it, you get to be there longer and longer and longer and longer and longer and longer, until next thing you know, that's where you're residing. And it's very seldom that you get the distractions. And so that's what we want to say about the crystal cities. They're there. We think that this is just one more way of saying new earth or fifth dimension. They are a very beautiful crystalline energy. There's colors in this dimension that you don't see in the earth dimension. Your mind can't comprehend them in this dimension. But when you get into that dimension, or when you start raising or bringing your vibration to a frequency match to that dimension, you might start noticing colors that you didn't realize before. Or you may be like, I don't remember seeing so many of these before, or there's a lot more colors in the world than I remember, and you'll start to evolve into it. So play in that energy, find yourself portals, gateways into that beautiful frequency. You'll have a lot of fun with it.
Nice, will do. The crystalline energies, I'm assuming it was a city from part of the conversation. So is this something that we will see or experience, or this is just strictly 5D?
It's all the same. It's not to be made different. It is a fifth dimensional frequency. There are already souls that exist there, and there are already those who have made it to that dimension. Some of them have left their bodies in this dimension and came back in that dimension. There's a lot of different ways to get there.
Gotcha.
And so, yes, you can achieve it in your physical body in the third dimension here, that the body that you were sitting in, or the container, as Tracie calls it, the container you are in while you are listening to this right now. You have, just take the limits off and step out of that box and allow yourself to have whatever it is that feels best to you. You may believe it different than Tracie does, Jason, and guess what? You'll manifest it just exactly the way that you want to. So if you believe for it to look a little different, then it's going to manifest differently for you than it does for her. And I think that is important for everyone to remember, that you are in this collective journey, but you are on the individual journey of it as well. And your belief systems are going to be creating your realities. So what is the belief system you have as to how you get to this frequency, this vibration, and know that you will create that reality around you and evolve in that way.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for all that information. And hopefully Tracie can remember this session afterwards. If not, she'll have to watch the video.
She may have to watch the video. She'll be like, did you jump me timelines again? I don't remember any of it.
So the next thing is, what can you share with us about 2023? What messages do you have?
Let us move into an overall energy of 2023. There will be some healing. You always are going to be going through these cycles. Tracie was even thinking today when she was reading something off of social media, and she says, boy, this just feels like Groundhog's Day. Mercury's in retrograde again, and we're getting the same messages. Your body's going through all this healing. You're purging, you're doing this, you're purging, you're doing that, you're purging. And she says, how many times do we got to purge, right? Even she gets frustrated, you guys. Even she wants to question these things. And we say to you, you're going to purge as many times as you need to purge until you don't need to purge anymore, right? And when you wring out the dishcloth, is it completely dry, or do you take another wring at it and you can get more water out, and then you take another wring at it and you get a little more out, but you get the bulk out in the first one, right? So think about it like that. And then eventually it gets to the point where now it's just a little damp and you can't get anything else out. And now you just let it hang and dry and do its thing and recover. So yes, we did just compare you to a dirty dish rag. Get over that, right? You are moving through these emotions, and then they resurface again as not just as another way to purge and release them, but to also show you the growth, where you have come, how far you have come. Did you learn that lesson? If you keep repeating the cycle in the same patterns, you're going to keep repeating that lesson over and over again. So it's going to keep showing up for you and showing up for you until you are able to make different choices, until you are pushed to that point where you remember that, you know what, I didn't like this, and I keep doing the same thing, and I keep getting the same result, and I keep repeating the same pattern. I'm done with this now. I love myself enough now to make a different choice. And really it boils down to that. You love yourself enough now to make a different choice. And that's been the lesson all along. Do you love yourself enough to make a choice to be happy, to detach yourself from letting go of the attachment or the expectation you have on a situation, another person, whatever it might be? You let go of your attachment to what you wanted it to be. You let go of your attachment and expectation to the wants and desires of that, and you move forward in a different direction. And sometimes it can take a lot of courage to do that. And sometimes it just wears you down, right? Like, how many times have you heard the message of, and then the psychic 2x4 finally hits, or I was forced into this. I didn't want to quit, but I was forced to quit. And it's like, that's because they've been trying to get you to quit for the last 3 years, and you keep putting your foot down and dragging your heels, and you haven't quit. So now the psychic 2x4 comes out, you lose your job one way or another. They're getting you out of there. It's your higher self doing it. It's your higher self aligning you with something better. And It wants to take you and shake you and say, listen, I got something better for you. Will you let this go? So that you can become in alignment with the better thing. So as you keep moving through these exercises of these repeats and these different things that are going on in 2023, of course you're going to have the same things. You are a biological human going through all the astrological signs that mess with your biology. You're going to go through all of the different things that come into alignment for you. You have your higher self on the other side setting up things for you so that you can learn and grow and learn and grow and learn and grow and learn and grow. And you're going to be given little breadcrumbs and little things going on in your pathways to get you to look in this direction and that direction to the thing that's going to help you to rise up into your ascension, rise up into your awakening, into other more spectacular things, understanding who you are, getting into the grandeur of who you are without the ego attachments, without, again, all of the, what are the words that I want to use? Boasting and all of the things. That is not what finding out who you are is about. When you discover who you truly are, it is one of the most humbling and blessed feelings. You love who you are when you can discover who you truly are. It is not something that you need to shout to the rooftops. That shouting to the rooftops and boasting, that comes from insecurity. It comes from a place where you don't feel loved. When you are bragging, when you are boasting, when you are doing those things, you are seeking approval. When you find out who you really are, you no longer need that approval. And you're no longer shouting to the rooftops about how great you are, right? And so when you see someone that is in that place, that is in that cycle of boasting and in that ego, remember that they are just seeking approval because somewhere in their life they didn't get it. When they were young as a child or in another lifetime that carried over into this one, there's somewhere where they were left empty and they are seeking to fill a void. So when you see that, don't judge them. Instead, what do? We send them the love, we send them the light, and we accept and receive them where they are. And we bless them on their journey. May they find what they're meant to find in this journey, where they are in the ego and they are boasting and they are feeling the lack somewhere within them, that they don't love themselves enough to know that they are worthy of everything they desire. And if you feel like you are not worthy of everything you desire, we say to you, go find who you really are. Go on the inner journey. Discover where you come from. Discover your purpose and why you are here and what you came to discover about yourself and about this world and about this ascension process. You are going to find out a lot of things about yourself in this journey. And of course, everyone is different, or we'd like to give you the key to that. But we think if you could sit with your counsels, your guides, and ask them questions, and don't try to find those answers, just ask the question and stay open to an answer drifting in. Or write it down on a tablet, ask the question, and then write in what you think that answer is going to be from your counsel. That is a beautiful way to start getting messages from them, by the way, is to write it out. What do you think they're going to say to you? And then just write it out and be as silly as you want to be. You are a great, giant, wonderful soul that came to Earth to do this and that. Do whatever you want to do with that and start playing with it and get silly with it. We don't care. Just write yourself a message from the council. It'll be a fun exercise to do. That is part of your journey in 2023, because it's been part of your journey since the first breath you took up until this point. You're going to continue doing those things. You're going to 2023, we see it as being a little less, dare we say, a little less difficult. But again, this depends on you and where you are in your journey with that. If you make choices, if you are open to being in the flow of things, if you are open to receiving your intuition and your guidance, you're going to notice that the pathways are smoother. We invite you again to talk to your councils, to talk to your guides and your angels, to ask for their assistance, to ask them to remove the obstacles in your way. You're going to find a much smoother path. A lot more of you will be traveling. A lot more of you will be traveling in this year. You'll be called to certain places. Some of you won't know why. You won't know why you're being called there. But it's just like with that trip to Florida, right? There's this energy that's going to unlock, and it's going to activate you, and you're going to be activated within the planet. It's going to be a beautiful exchange, you and the planet activating with each other. Some of you are going to certain places to connect to, you are keepers of the light. You are part of the Council of Light, or the Pillars of Light, if you will. And you are here working with the Pillars of Light or the Councils of Light, and you are bringing in light into certain areas we are working on ley lines and meridian grids of the earth right now, re-energizing them, pulling light back into them. There's been a lot of healing work going on, and now it's time to fill it with light and create the healing within the earth. We talked to Jason, Tracie talked to Jason about the patterns of clearing earth imprints, wars and sadness and broken energy across the planet, and just moving that energy and transmuting it. A lot of people have been working on that. What does that mean for your planet in 2023? What are you going to see changing? Well, you know that you're already seeing a lot of things changing. You're seeing globally governments changing, governments fighting, and things happening upon your world that feels uncomfortable. It feels a little questionable. There might be fear that is arising from these distractions that they are putting out there for you, what they are wanting you to see, what do we want to say? The way that they are playing this out is a fear-based energy, once again, to distract you into being. There's certain words we don't want to use in this analogy, so we're going to be very careful. Remember, you have choices. You have choices of where you're going to put your energy. So when you are seeing these things playing out, and there are things playing out on this planet that are designed to create a certain reaction out of you. You're all smart enough to figure out what we're saying. They are designed to create a certain reaction out of you. You get to choose whether or not you're going to feed that energy, or if you're going to turn it around and put your energy somewhere else. Remember, the gold nugget here is that your thoughts are the most powerful weapon you have in this. They are the most powerful tool. I like that better, the most powerful tool. If you change your thought to something more pleasant, you're going to create a different frequency, a different vibration. If someone tries to argue with you and you walk away and you don't argue, what happens to the argument? It goes flat. Can't happen. You can't argue if someone's not arguing with you, right? Stop and walk away from that argument. Stop and walk away from that energy. Stop and go find something better to put your energy on. That is how this world is going to change. We cannot amplify the energy that they are trying to get that reaction out of you for. Move your energy into something better. You are a very significant tool in this healing of the planet. You are not at war. You are at healing. You are not at war. Nobody is at war. Everyone is in a healing phase. So do not feed the energy that is fear-based. Be the healers you came here to be. Send the energy to those who are the leaders. Send beautiful energy to the leaders. Send beautiful energy to the soldiers. Send beautiful energy to all the people that are involved, all the ones behind the scenes pulling the strings, right? Send love, light, energy to them. Be the ambassadors of light that we know you are. You are here for a purpose. You all sit there and say, what am I supposed to do next? This is what you're supposed to do next. This is what you've been waiting for. You're here at the very right time, doing the very right thing to create the shift in the planet that you're looking for. So take your minds out of the vibration and frequency of their desire and put it in the frequency of your desire. And as you do that, you're going to find your world starts to shift, and more people are starting to understand this now. This is the big awakening, right? This is the big leap into the next frequency and vibration, the next experience that you're going to have. None of it is good, bad, or indifferent, but if you don't like it, change your energy. Change your thought. It is the most powerful tool. We should get a t-shirt. Thought is the most powerful tool you have. As you move forward in the year and you apply these things, you create these things, you're going to find your world and your reality shifts, because things that, if you keep yourself in the higher vibrational thoughts, then the other vibrations, the other frequencies, they cannot find you in that frequency. If you change the radio channel from country music to classic rock and roll, are you still hearing the country music playing in the background? No, because you changed the channel. Do you see what we mean? You're moving out of one frequency into another one. The other one isn't following you over there. It stays where it belongs, and you can move to a new frequency. You create a new reality. You are creating the new space. It doesn't need to follow you. And if you want to think about that country music, then you might be humming a country music song in your head while you're listening to classic rock and roll. That's on you. You know? But you didn't tune that station in, but it might bring you back to that station. So you have to understand everyone's on their own journey. You can't go and listen to rock and roll and then think about all the people that stayed at the country concert, right? Oh, poor them. They don't know the rock and roll station's just right over here. Well, they'll get it figured out too. So you got to let them have their journey as well. And when you let go of your attachment of their journey, you're going to fast forward into your journey faster than you can imagine. Let go of other people's journey. Let go of that attachment. And we know we're asking you to let go of family and friends, but we're telling you the faster you can ascend into that other frequency, that other channel, they're still going to be able to see you. They're going to see you with your headset on listening to rock and roll while they're over there listening to country, and you're going to be dancing, and they're going to be crying because they're listening to a sad song about a dog dying and the tire went flat on my truck and so on and so on. And you're over there dancing to beach music, whatever you want to call it. And they're going to want what you're having. So go do you and move yourself into that other frequency. They're going to see you enjoying it, and they're going to want to know more, and they're going to come follow you. So that's the best way to get them there anyway. You go do it, they will come. So there's a lot of information in there. Hopefully some of you will listen to this more than once, because there is a lot of things to consider and take and put into place. But what's the most important thing to remember? The most important thing to remember is that your thoughts are the most powerful tool that you have. We're going to quiz you again at the end of this, Jason.
Absolutely. I didn't know you was asking me a question.
He's writing it down. We were asking the audience really. But
yes, your thoughts are very powerful. You create your reality. Powerful.
So what we think we'll do at this point, because we could go on and on about how you're going to create your own reality and have the experiences you want to have for 2023, but we know you have more specific questions about 2023, and we think what we'll do is let you ask them so that we can see what answer comes in for that.
Sure. So I only wrote down a couple so far. So the first one will be disclosure. Is there going to be any more disclosure, any more government disclosures, sightings, UFOs, anything along that nature?
We believe there will always be disclosure from this point forward, more and more disclosure. As more and more people are stepping on that scale of ascension, it'll be harder and harder and harder to hide things, to keep things secret and away from the public. So more and more disclosure, definitely. What was the other part of that?
Dealt with disclosure as in sightings, government disclosures, whether top secret information or mostly sightings and UFOs disclosure. That was the main one.
We do want to say that a lot of people have been reporting, and we talk about this over in the little video clips that we do on Tracie's channel as well, about people asking to remember when they've been on ships, when they're visiting, when they've been on the ships. And we keep getting more and more people telling us that now they're remembering their journey to the ship, and they're remembering being brought back, or they're having symptoms from being brought back. And so then they'll explore those symptoms and realize that the symptom was left there so that they would take that step to go into hypnosis or go into an ascension session or go into a meditation or go into a journey work of some sort so that they would remember their journey to the ship. So more and more people are remembering those journeys. More and more people are seeing, waking up in their rooms from their sleep and seeing beings in the room with them. More and more people are having these experiences in a very loving and gentle way. When you are ready, they will come to you. When you are ready, they will bring you memories and help you in that regard. Don't get discouraged if you have been asking and it hasn't been happening. There is always a reason why. And so if it's not happening, it's not because you're not at the right frequency or that you're not worthy enough or not trying hard enough. Okay. It is because there's some other thing that is going on, that there's a reason you cannot remember that at this time, or that you're not sensing or seeing them at this time. But there has been more people starting to wake up to that. Now, why is that so important? Jason asked in his head to our head. Why is that so important? Why is Daniel talking about this? Because as more and more people are remembering, it starts to put that out into the collective. It's the 100th monkey. More and more people start to remember, and then next thing you know, everyone's doing it, and everyone's remembering it like it was everyday normal, and it's just the next thing to remember. And so what we say to you is these advancements that are happening, they're not happening over years anymore. It used to be that it would take months and years and whatever to get to these points. And now it is happening more rapidly. And so as you go into 2023, just be open to the visits. Don't look for them. Don't seek them, because what happens, and it's just the finest little minute thing. But if you think about playing a guitar and one of those strings is just off tune a little bit, you're going to hear it, right? It's going to, for those with the trained ear, it's going to sound different than when it's in perfect alignment and perfect attunement. When you go wanting and you go into that effort, that is a fear-based energy that you don't have access to it. It is a frequency of fear, even though it's a very light one. And it is enough to set off the frequency and the attunement of your body's attunement, its frequency. So they will sense that. And even the smallest and minute discrepancy in there could be enough to make them wonder, well, if I appear to this person, is that wanting going to shoot into fear if they actually do see us? And so there's still work to be done if there's any discrepancy in that frequency. And they sense it, they know. That's not the only reason you won't see them, but that might be one of them. So if you feel like you want to clear that energy, call them in to help you move that energy of wanting, that energy of effort out of there, knowing and just receiving that you know how to interact with these energies, that you are worthy of interacting with these energies, that you are one of these energies. In fact, you come from this place. And sometimes that is the fear and the excitement of it, right? Is knowing somewhere in the back of your mind that this is where you originate from. And it's a little intimidating sometimes to think about that because of all the constructs that you have been taught throughout your entire lifetime, all the religions and all the things that have been taught to humanity. And then here comes this new idea that these collectives, these star beings, are your ancestors. And if you were to see them, if you knew that you came from this, if you knew that you spent lifetimes with these beings, it might be a little intimidating. And so some of you are dealing with some of that in the back of your mind. It may not be something that you're aware of, but there may be a little echo of a belief system or of a learned behavior from earlier years that is still clearing out. So just know that you are on that journey. If you have the desire, they are working with you. Keep inviting them in to work with you. We will say it again, free will. They cannot do anything without your invitation. Get your gatekeepers in place and invite them in to work with you and your energy. That being said, you are creating, you are opening doors, you are inviting this energy to show up for you. Make yourself available to it. Put yourself in situations. If you, this summer, you go outside and sit and watch the stars, and maybe you close your eyes and just ask to feel their presence, and start with little things like that. You don't have to have the grand poobah of appearances all at once as your first experience, you know. So let it come in little bits, and then as that expands, you expand and you'll have more experience.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. So the next thing with 2023, there's been some changes with social media. Do you see anything on your side that deals with the social media or even online technology or any other advancements in technology? You pick one.
Well, we're not
Or
sure
two.
what you're asking about the social media.
Well, there's been a switch in Twitter. Certain individual acquired Twitter, and there's been some changes with that social media platform. Do you see anything on your side coming forward? You know, and I know some information has came out, but how do you see things playing out in the future for that?
We don't see a bad experience here. We feel like it is interesting. It's coming in a color. We're going to tell you that. It's coming in a powder blue color. It's showing us it's flexible. And it's showing us, we never know how this energy is going to work. And so we want to share with you how we see it, because a lot of people learn when we do it that way, that things don't always just show up as a picture or a movie or a thought. We have to play detective too. What does this mean? We have this blue color and it looks flexible and it looks like there's moving parts. It looks like it's not like one part can't move without the other part moving. There's some moving parts. We're not quite sure what we're seeing. Moving parts, light blue color, light blue. What does that mean? For Tracie's references, that means peace, desiring peace. There's peace here. So overall, we get a genuinely good feeling about it. When you think about looking at the sky, it's a very, the beautiful blue skies, right? And when the sky is blue, it feels good. The moving parts, we feel like there's limits. This can't go out of control because it can only move so far this way or so far this way. So there's something in place, something that limits the movement. It is always best when it comes through in little metaphors, isn't it? Because then later we look back and we go, oh, that's what that meant. It's not something that we feel like, you all need to know globally, this is happening, this is taking place. This is a thing that you participate in, a way for you to exchange information, but you still, at the end of the day, need to trust your gut, trust your intuition. Does this feel right? Does this feel true? And work with your own constructs. Remember what we said at the beginning. Each and every one of you will have a different reality, and you'll have the reality that you are putting your energy into. So what do you choose here? Does this feel good to you? Does it not feel good to you? Do you want to participate in it? Do you not want to participate in it? Remember, you are grown-ups here, right? You have choices to make. Take some responsibility for your part that you play in this world, okay? If you put your energy there and then you complain about it, what are we supposed to do about that? Take your energy out of it if you don't like it. So you take a little responsibility. We like it when someone says, well, Daniel said, and then it didn't happen. And Tracie and Jason were talking about that earlier. It was like, take a little responsibility for your own intuition, your own ideas and thoughts. Put some of your own energy into this. What does your world look like? Because it is impossible to predict the year 2023 for 8 billion people who all have 8 billion different realities playing out. So
that's true.
I be the one to play that guessing game, right? But as a
good luck, buddy.
yes, as a global look at it, there is somebody here that is trying to make changes we feel like the energy around those changes is a light blue energy. It feels soft, it feels comfortable, it feels like there's limits to the changes that can or will be acquired. And you get to choose if you want to participate in that or not. And that will determine the success of this person or not. So it's in your hands. How about that?
I love it. Any advancements in technology? Anything else for 2023 with technology or energy?
We still see 2023 as a time when there will be a lot of downloads into, we spoke about this before, we see it happening all around the globe, where multiple people will get the same kind of information, the same kind of thing to create, the things around fuel and electricity, the things that are needed around the world. There is a balance that is being created around this world, where electricity and things that people need for comfort and survival all around the world, no one needs to be without it. It is almost silly that there is any place in this world at this point in time that is without power or without clean water. It is almost ridiculous. And so at this point, there's a lot of technology that is in the etherical realms. It is in that collective, and it is already there. It's already in place, and there are those who are ready to download it and start to create it and build it. And there are men and women around the world who are getting these downloads and will start to create devices. You've already seen a lot of water and air purifying devices, devices that will pull the moisture out of the air. There will be more of those to bring clean water to both plants, animals, and people. You will see more and more devices coming in that use energy, the planet energy differently, so that there is power sources. You hear this in many different realms and many different formats of how that's going to come out. There are many people that are already working on these structures. There's already medical devices that have been created that we still believe will come out. We still see that in the timeline, that those will start to come out and be revealed. If nothing else, at least announced within 2023. We hope that they'll be brought to use in 2023, but there's a lot of frequency machines that they already have access to bring in healing, to bring in a more rapid healing, broken bones, cuts, abrasions, tumors, all the things, right? Kidney stones, gallbladder, liver damage, all of it, frequencies to help. This is one that we don't believe we've gotten before, but they're showing us that there are going to be advances in detoxifying people from addictions, which will be a huge asset for those who get addicted to the pain pills or to alcohol or to any type of hard drug, that it'll be able to help to extract and detox people from addictions much quicker and much more effectively.
Interesting.
We're not sure when that one is coming out. That is new information for us as well. So hopefully sooner than later, right? That is one that would be quite necessary. That would solve a lot of problems in the world, wouldn't it? There are many things, little things that will be coming out, neat little gadgets that'll come out. Of course, your phones will start to change again. Everybody's going to run out and get the new iPhone, and then they're going to come out with the clear one that projects images up straight up in a third dimensional hologram or something like that. And then you're all going to be mad because you just got the iPhone 50, and now you come out with a hologram iPhone. But you'll always see the advancements in these smaller technologies, the everyday technologies. The one you hold in your hand is about 10 generations away from what they've been working on, right? So you know that they have 5 more waiting to be put out to market, and they're already working on the 5 more that are coming after that. And so there's always great advancement and great technology.
Nice. Sounds very, very exciting.
It does sound exciting. For some reason, we want to bring this out in case it is important. We just saw a Christmas tree. The Christmas tree is set in a room that feels like it has a lighter or more pastel color. It has a fireplace off to the, if you were facing the tree, the fireplace is off to the left. There's no fire in the fireplace going. It is a dormant fireplace. The Christmas tree is there. There is a couch that sits in front of it. We're probably describing 90% of your living rooms right now. Sorry about that. What we want to ask, why are you showing us this Christmas tree?
Something special.
There's somebody, if this fits you and you're feeling there's something good that's coming this year for Christmas, and somebody is going to feel a big shift in their Christmas, rather a relationship that has been broken is mended, or something at work changes. There's something big coming for you. Hang in there. We feel the sadness around it right now. We feel like there's either some loneliness or the woe's me, nothing ever works out for me, that energy going on, and for good reason. Your world has reflected that, but we want to give you some encouragement. There's a big shift that's about to come. Again, this video will probably come after the Christmas season. We don't think that it's happening at Christmas. That is why this is coming in. We're just trying to get your attention. If you feel like you resonate with this, if you feel like there's something that's been weighing you down and you had a hard and difficult time during Christmas, please know that something is coming that's about to change that for you. And we want you to hold out hope for that. And you got to remember, your mind is the most powerful tool. So if you keep your mind on good things are coming, I live in a world that supports me. I live in a universe that supports me. I live in a universe that wants to see me thrive. Say those things every day and shift that energy and get yourself out of that muck, because the muck is what's keeping you from the miracle you've been waiting for. You cannot be an energetic match to it if you stay in the sadness, if you stay in the depression. So if you are struggling with that, find a way to get outside, find a way to move the energy, call a friend, shift the energy. Some of you are holding energy that isn't even yours to hold. You are a deep empath, and you connected with something that was very, very difficult, or maybe you had lost a loved one and it's weighing on you, but there's an energy there that can be cleared. So let's everyone right now call in your councils, your angels, your guides to clear the energy around you, so that you are not carrying burdens that are not yours to carry, so that you are not carrying the weight of the world. Let's transmute that and let's move it on. Let's bring it into love and light. Let's shower it in love and light. You are no longer carrying it. Let the burden be lifted. It's not yours to carry. Let it be lifted. Whatever it is that keeps going through your mind, know and trust that all of that was in perfect design to help you to heal whatever this is that is coming up. It's for you, it's for the ancestors, it's for the world. So as we heal it, so it shall be done in all versions of you, all time and space, all realities. And let's move that energy on. It feels lighter now. So even though this video will go out at a different time, remember what we said about time. This healing has already occurred. This person has already experienced the healing. It has already happened. And even though they will not hear this video until later, it has already happened. And so if they are open to receive, so it shall be done, and it will be theirs to have and to heal. Sorry, that when that comes in like that, we want to grab hold of it in the moment so we can understand it better.
Absolutely. Well, you've been under pretty much 45 minutes. Is there anything else you would like to share, or you would like to, I was going to mention the collective, but I don't know if you tapped into that yet.
Well, we tapped into a little bit with the Christmas tree, didn't we?
Yes.
What we do want to share again is for everyone to remember that they are precious, they are beautiful, bright beings, and there isn't anyone left out of that. Everybody is a part of that, no matter what role they're playing here on the earth. And we know that you could all probably look around this world and be like, even that guy. And yes, even that guy. So when we let go of our judgment of others, we are releasing ourselves from judgment as well, or vice versa. When we release judgment on ourselves, we release it on everyone. And it brings in a much different experience in your world and reality, where you can let go of your judgments, your attachments, and your expectations. The rest of the world no longer has to mirror them back to you. And that is huge if you can understand it. Let go of all of that, the judgments, the attachments, and the expectations. You let go of that. And the rest of the world no longer has to mirror it back to you. Start loving yourself. Start being in love with who you are, the person that you are here to be, the things that you do. And guess what? The world will mirror it back to you. Find the greatness in everyone you meet. Do it every day. Find something great in everyone you meet. I like the way that guy wears his hat at the front of the line at the coffee shop. That story the woman's telling over there, even though she's really loud, it's kind of a funny story, and it's entertaining me why I'm here. Whatever it is, find something great about each person, because it is a mirror into the soul of what you love about yourself. And as we look at this audience, as we pull in those, we enjoy doing these as much as you all enjoy having them. Let's see what pops in for us. If we want to go to the name Nancy, or an N name, a name that has N, starts with an N. Nathan, Nancy, N-A, it seems, N-A. What is the message for the N names? There is a power that you can pull from, an undiscovered ability, an undiscovered part of yourself that has been dangling in front of you. It's like, I'm right here, but you're almost too afraid to trust it or believe in it. And we want to tell you, jump in, have fun with it. It's not hurting anybody. Listen to it, play in it, see if it guides you the right way. See what this intuition has to say to you. And you also, we see where the fear is. You also are a medium. You are hearing the loved ones. They are coming through to you. They are giving you messages. You're not going crazy. Let that happen if you would like to. Or if you don't like it, then ask that they leave you alone, because they will honor you. They will respect you. But you are a medium, which means that you may also pull in lost souls that want to go home but don't know how. And they see your light. You almost have like a little signal flashing at them, come here, come here. And so when you feel energy that doesn't feel like your own, call angels in to help and assist this beautiful soul to cross into the light, so that they can move into whatever is next for them in the highest and best good. So if that has been happening for you, N name, no N name, if you resonate with it, go for it. There are many of you that are stepping into mediumship. Many of you, now that we look at that, we're just seeing it all. It's going all across the board. So just be in the love energy of it, and know that yes, you might be asked to cross some souls over to assist souls in getting to the other side. And what you do is you just call in love all around them. You bring in the angels to guide them through to the other side. And maybe you have a little conversation with them to convince them to go, and that they're worthy of being blessed in this light, that it is their turn. What else do we have out here? There are some of you that need to close some portals in your home. If your home has been disruptive, if you've noticed everybody's been cranky, and yes, we're in the Mercury in retrograde, and that'll be probably still going on when this is released. Please know it will help a lot if you call in love and light in your home and you close all the portals of the home. You don't need portals opened up in your home. If you meditate and you have a certain place you meditate or do your prayers or your ceremonies in, you may have a portal there. You may choose to leave it open. You may seal it. We always recommend that only the high vibrational energy, even that energy can be disruptive in a home. It'll keep people from sleeping because the energy is so high. So ask for your gatekeepers to help you know if it is important to close a portal or if it's okay to leave it open. But there are many of you that you're bringing home a lot of energy with you, a stressed out day, a hard day, whatever it might be, relationship woes and whatever. Go through, clear your home. Let's do it together. We just heard someone in our head saying, how do you do that? So we'll just do it together. So what we want to do is we want to call in your councils, your guides, the light workers, all benevolent beings known and unknown to you. We like to use Saint Germain and the Violet Flame. We like to use Archangel Michael and the Legion of Angels. As we call you all into each and every home of each and every listener who is willing and wanting and open to you being in their space, please move through their homes and clear the energy that is no longer serving them in the home. Please clear the energy of each individual in the home as what's the words we want, as their free will allow it. And please clear the energy of the land that the home sits on and all the frequencies and the imprints of the energies that have been left behind in all dimensions, all time, all space, all versions and all realities. We call it in, clearing all levels of the home and everything the home is made of, clearing the people in it, clear the people in it, clear all plants and animals, all living beings in the home. And then we would like to fill it with the love and the light, fill the land, fill the home, fill all the spaces. We close all the portals to the home. There are a few of you that create the portals with intention, and if that is the case, then only the portals that are meant to be closed will be closed. And so as we close all of this, we want to bring in peace and calm. We want to bring in companionship, kindness, and love. We want to bring in beautiful times together, shared times together, beautiful exchanges of energy. And we want to thank Spirit for bringing in and holding and sustaining beautiful energy within these homes, especially on the days they forget to ask. And so calling in your home to be cleared in this way every day would be beneficial for you as you clear out old energies and allow for the new and fresh energies to come in. Lots of energy shifting with that. We want to, Tracie's voice is starting to go on us, so we want to bring her back. She's been chatty, I guess. So we want to bring her back as to not to make her uncomfortable. But do you have any questions before we leave, Jason?
No, that was perfect. That was more than enough information.
Beautiful. Well, we thank you for once again having us, and we'll bring Tracie back in as she'll be like, oh, not the throat. No, we'll let her go stuck on a little lozenge and get her throat back. So thank you so much for letting us be here with you, and thank you to the audience for being here with us and sharing this time with us today.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Daniel.
Okay. Yeah, I was starting to feel that throat. I was like, uh-oh. It's all good though. That was a lot of
Give you a reminder at the 45-minute mark.
I know. Yeah.
While Tracie takes a sip and relaxes her throat for a little bit, I forgot to ask earlier if anybody does cruises or if anybody loves cruises or interested in cruises. One day I would like to do like a meet and greet on a cruise ship. Nothing too fancy, just get the ball rolling. And if it's successful with the meet and greet, we can expand it off to maybe sessions and seminars and so on. But something simple. So if you do cruises or interested in cruises, leave a comment below. Send me an email, either one. Or if you listen to this on podcasts, same thing. Go to the About Me page. Go to my website, jasonballay.com, and send me an email and let me know your thoughts about it. So how do you feel? What did you see?
Oh man, I bet I could take a nice good nap.
A little drained.
It was interesting when you were asking about the social media, and all I could see was like these little locking gears and blue. Like, I guess it would be kind of like this color of blue. Yeah. Of course, I don't get on a lot of social media anymore. I'll post and then I'm off. And I used to live on those things.
True.
And now I'm just like,
true. Me too.
Oh, I just can't spend a lot of time there, and I don't know why that shifted so hard for me. But and then people will be like, "Oh, did you see my thing?" And I'm like, "No, I'm really sorry, I didn't." I'm just I just don't know why the energy's not there anymore. But
Well, for me, when my phone changed software, it uninstalled Facebook. And when it did that, I never reinstalled it. So I've been Facebook free for maybe
it's
over almost a year, almost.
not a bad thing though, right?
Right,
Like,
right. Now I
okay,
have to go to my computer to post something, but I never installed it on my phone.
yeah.
I still have Facebook Messenger, but I don't have the app for Facebook on my phone.
Interesting. So when you were asking the social media question, I think my mind kind of went into my own experience of I feel like I'm pulling away from it. I'm only doing what's necessary to inform people of what's going on, or, you know,
Hmm.
it's
You're like,
weird.
no, I don't want to talk about social media.
I was just like,
Big tech, no.
just like Christmas. I keep forgetting about Christmas. That was weird to come home from Florida and I was like,
You're gonna wake
I
up
guess
one
I need,
day.
yeah, I'll be like, I guess I need to figure out Christmas. And I'm in my mind, I'm thinking I had like 3-4 weeks. And I'm looking at that going, that's like next week, isn't it? They're all like, yeah, I
It's
know.
coming quick as usual. It's time is flying.
Yeah. So I had to get on the ball. And then I kept asking her, what do you guys want? What do you want for Christmas? I don't know. I don't know. So I literally got down to the last 2 days. I ordered everything. I finally got everybody anchored into something and got everything. I think I'm done. I don't know. If I'm not, sorry to anyone I forgot.
I owe you.
Yeah, I owe you. Yeah. But it's funny because I look more forward to New Year's, like New Year, or
Oh,
birthday,
okay.
someone's birthday or something like that. I like Thanksgiving because we all get together and we socialize and we all bring something to share or whatever. But there's no pressure of all the gifts and all spending all that money and all the things. Oh, and I did ask that question when I did a channel a couple of days ago. I had the person ask Daniel, why do I keep forgetting Christmas? And Daniel's answer was, well, she's not, or she's forgetting Christmas because every day is celebrated now, not just one.
Oh, okay.
So that was an interesting answer.
You must buy a lot of presents.
I buy a lot of presents, yeah. And I got a full house. There's 5 of us here, so it's gonna be
Well,
it's
hopefully you don't wake up December 25th saying, "Oh, okay, what am I going to do today? Get a cup of coffee, just walk around."
I know. I'll be
No,
like,
it's Christmas.
why is everybody sitting around this tree waiting for me? Oh, yeah. I did put up a tree last night or 2 nights.
What else did you have? The Pillars of Light, the Council of Light. That was interesting. Sit down with your guides and everything. We talked about disclosure,
And you're asking
UFOs.
me what I was seeing.
Yeah, if you remember anything or recalling anything from it.
I think that one felt a little familiar to me, like, oh, we've done this question before or covered this before. So it was kind of
Yes, we did.
so I'm trying to think if anything interesting happened during that. Again, it's the thing that was cool was the addictions.
Oh,
And
okay. To the
that,
technology stuff.
yeah, like they're gonna be able to find a frequency or something, I always think of everything as a frequency, a pill or something that's going to help to eradicate the addictions so it's just gone. Like, just like you take a pill and then the craving goes away. So wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah, I want to stop smoking. Oh, here, take this.
I wonder if it's a pill or if it's maybe some type of light technology or sound waves or
To me, it
something.
feels like everything's going to
Frequency.
be sound waves,
Yeah.
light and sound. But that's me really forward thinking. Um, I was,
Maybe a combination of some kind of pill to relax you, like here, calm down.
You're
kind of
calm.
thing.
Get over it. The get over it pill would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Take a pill to get over a pill.
Yeah, I like that. If somebody came up with a get over it pill, they'd be rich. There's a lot of times people will ask me, is there hypnosis so I'm not sad anymore over my breakup or something like that? So yeah.
Let's
Nice.
do it. Let's get Daniel to work on it.
We're gonna create this for you guys.
Me and Tracie with our chemistry degrees.
Yeah.
In the mad science lab.
We got to do things with smoke. It has to have smoke. Yeah.
Like a fog machine.
Ooh, that would be cool. And our lab coats and maniacal laughing.
Yeah.
It's gotta happen.
We gotta make sure we have the proper labels on. Was this baking soda?
Oops. Now I know why they're not mad anymore. That wasn't baking soda. No.
That was happy dust.
Dust. Oops. But yeah, I think that we're gonna, as we all as a collective keep opening our minds to the answers and solutions are coming and are here for us. They're here for us. And that's the thing they keep trying to show me. It's like, here, let's keep hitting her over the head with it. Is if it happens in the future or it happened in the past, we have access to it. And so whatever it is that's coming, that is a solution, because we're all going to keep working till we get that solution. So somewhere in the future, here's that solution on some timeline. Find it. Let's find it. Let's get the access to it. Let's bring it into the now. We have access to it. We are realm jumpers. We can move dimensions with our minds. Thoughts are instant. What's the saying of the day?
Our thoughts are powerful. Very creative.
Most powerful tool you have.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, it should be streaming across. Your thoughts are the most powerful tool you have, and just let it keep streaming.
And it kind of goes in line with our minds are powerful creation devices, It's
so cool. And I don't know that I could have conceptualized it as much as I can now that I bring in that Arcturian energy. I mean, the idea that if Daniel's on a ship or in Arcturus, or when the Syrians or the Lyrans or any of them come through, it's like, where are they coming through from? And it's instant. It's like, I can go, okay, come on in, and they're right there. But do you think they've been standing there all day waiting to come in? No, I'm connecting with them instant from wherever they are, like a phone call. The phone's ringing and they answered it.
Right.
So it's just incredible to me that the most sophisticated tool we have is that thought, and all the things we can do with it. It creates everything. Thought is creation.
Nice.
Beautiful tool we have. Are you guys on board with me yet?
I think Tracie's getting tired.
Getting punchy. And I am, and I got kids that are messaging me like crazy right now because they want to go somewhere, and they have to. I have to give them access to the vehicle. So,
Gotcha. Well,
yep. This is me.
We'll wrap it up. I think that was everything, right? Pretty sure we touched base on everything. So.
Yeah, I think you got all you're going to get out of me tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Am I cross-eyed yet?
No, not yet. I think in 10 more minutes you will be.
Yeah.
When you go downstairs and take care of the kids. Where did she go?
Yeah.
So, well, we'll wrap it up. Thank you for everything. Thank you for coming on. I know it's been a while. I can't believe it's been since September, but one of the things I've been working out since it's cooler weather and not so hot, I've been cleaning out my mom's house and her shed. So getting things organized and going through it, donating stuff. Maybe we can sell some things, maybe, and then finding out whose stuff belongs to who and separating it. It's a lot of stuff. My mom had a lot of stuff. It's going to take me over a year. So I've been doing that every weekend, and I was doing it during the week, but now it gets darker now. So by the time I get off of work, it's like dark,
By the way, we are filming this on the solstice. So I know it won't be played on the solstice, but we are filming it on the solstice.
So what does that mean?
It's just it's the transition of seasons.
Ah, okay.
It's kind of a transformational day.
Well, hello, solstice.
It's also, what is it? The shortest day of the year or something. I don't know. I just know it's the solstice because somebody wished me a happy solstice. Sorry, I'm bad about this stuff. I was like, oh, when's that? And they're like, today.
I
Sorry.
thought you did astrology.
I'm a peekaboo astrologist, but yeah, I do like to follow it, and I knew the solstice was coming, but for some reason I kept thinking it was tomorrow, but tomorrow's a friend's birthday, so that's probably why I got it mixed up.
Gotcha.
Anyway.
Okay.
Well,
good to know. See, I try to let you go, but no, you keep bringing up more information.
all right, I'm gonna say
stay
bye,
tuned. There's going to be bonus information after this. The ornaments or the Nostradamus is after this. So one of the two is going to be after this video, and that's the bonus material. But have a good time. Have a good night. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
All right. Bye-bye.
Why is everybody sitting around this tree waiting for me? Oh, yeah. I did put up a tree last night or 2 nights ago. We put up the tree. I didn't.
Nice.
It's one of those fake ones that automatically has the lights on it. So we just put the tree up and turned it on, but I didn't get the box with the decoration.
I decorated an ornament yesterday.
You did?
I painted an ornament.
That's nice. Oh, you got it close enough to show?
Yeah. So this is the first half. I know what to draw, so I put my little logo on it.
Oh,
A little
nice.
Stargate.
Yes.
So that's the other half.
Needed.
So it's a ball. You paint it, and
then what? You put it together?
Yeah, you can stuff it, and then it's like a little ornament ball.
Oh, look! It looks like a little Santa Claus, kind of with its red.
Yeah. Mine came out like a Pokemon ball or something.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So I didn't know what to put on the other side, so I put the trident on the other side.
I love it. Was that like a little artsy class you took, or did you?
No, it was at a beer brewing place. So they have all kinds of little things going on every now and then, and that was one of the events. You don't have to buy anything. You just pay for the ornament and the paint. They'll supply the paint and stuff, and it was like $5-6, and you're good to go.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it was a cool little place. They were playing some.
Jason does all kinds of fun things. I have to live vicariously sometimes.
They were playing like Christmas techno music. Oh. So as we're painting the ornaments, I mean, we're like jamming out to you know.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell in that one spot where you kind of went off the grid.
Oh yeah, I messed up a couple of times. It hit the other paint. Everything like, where's it at? It's on this side.
Oh, oopsie!
It hit the paint by accident. So.
No, that just the imperfections make it perfect.
That's absolutely how I looked at it. I even dropped it, so I had to touch it up again.
Oh my gosh, were you drinking while you were doing yours?
No, I only had 2 beers.
No, I only had a full bottle of wine and
so drinking. On this side, Karen, little glitter thing, stencil thing stuck to it.
Yeah, well, I thought that was like a little hole for you to thread some string through or something. But
it could be. It could be. I could drill a hole.
That's what it is. It is.
All right. Enough about ornaments.